Count Cola, and every member of this House happy, holy and a peaceful Christmas. I'd remind this, if it was later in the evening and we were down the round room or somewhere, I'd say this is more like Lanigan's ball. I stepped out and you stepped in again, I stepped out and we had Lanigan's ball. But the people of Ireland have questions they want answered. I've spoken here on many occasions and mentioned powerful globalist forces who are having a huge impact on the way our country is being run. Probably the most powerful of all these globalist organisations is the World Economic Forum, or WEF as it's known, which are based in Geneva, Switzerland, and which is fronted by an individual named Klaus Schwab. This man, Mr. Schwab, has written many controversial books about how he believes the world should be governed, including the fourth industrial revolution, stakeholder capitalism, and COVID-19, the Great Reset. Could I get some silence, please? He has written and spoken openly about what he calls the Great Reset. He describes it as an opportunity to reset our world, to create a healthier and more equitable and more prosperous Europe and a future. This sounds fantastic initially, but on closer examination of this cabal, which I call him, it's strange. One of his most famous quotes from 2016 gives us a little insight. He says, and I quote, "By 2030 you will own nothing and be happy about it." He also quoted as saying, "The sovereign state has become obsolete." I remember some of you, two top people here, saying this about our sovereignty recently as well. He speaks about a system called stakeholder capitalism, which he and the WEF see as a replacement for the current financial system, shareholder capitalism. This system is quoted on the WEF website, is one where governments, business and individuals collaborate. It is a system which would see corporations, wealthy, powerful elites and citizens being given equal take in the running of their countries. This sounds very like the same what was Italian fascist dictator Mussolini described as corporate state. In fact, this sounds the very same as Mussolini's very definition of fascism, when he said, and I quote, "Fascism is equal to corporationism because it's a merger of state and corporate power." This all might sound like some sort of conspiracy, and I wish it was, but it is not. For my good. All right, we'll see who will have the last laugh. God, Santi might come to you. Right. It's not, thank God, no. Thank God. If I could, with your permission, Count Cola. There's certain things we can't discuss in this chamber anymore because you're shouted down. We know that. This is all my, as I said, we have several books from Mr. Schwab, and I will quote again from Mr. Schwab at the end of from the World Economic Forum, where he says he's very proud of most of these young generation, the Prime Minister of Trudeau and President of Argentina, and so on. It is that when he also, and I quote him, is that we penetrated the cabinets. And yesterday, and this is from his quote in 2016, I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I would know that half of his cabinet, or even more than half of the cabinet, are actually young global leaders and the World Economic Forum. Now, Taoiseach, this brings me to the nub of the question, or Taoiseach-elect. Taoiseach, thank you.